Scene script. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the battles in your life, feeling like you're fighting alone? This is a sensation many of us are familiar with. It's that sense of being caught in a storm, where the winds of adversity are blowing strong, and the waves of trials are crashing around us. It's in these moments that we feel the weight of the fight pressing down upon us. But what if I told you that you're not alone in this fight? That there's a greater power at work, a divine force ready to step in and take over the battle for you. This is the concept of spiritual warfare, a battle between good and evil that takes place in the spiritual realm but has profound effects on our everyday lives. Take a moment and remember a time when you felt like you were at the end of your rope, that moment when you thought you could not go on. I recall a time in my life when I was overwhelmed by circumstances. It was a season of loss and pain, a period when I felt like every day was a struggle. But in the midst of it all, I found solace in a profound belief that God was fighting for me. It was a dark night of the soul, and I was on my knees crying out for help. In that moment, a scripture came to mind, a beacon of hope in the storm. It was from the book of 2 Chronicles 20:15, which says, "The battle is not yours but God's." It was as if a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I realized that I didn't have to carry the burden alone. I was not the sole warrior in this battle. This scripture illustrates the theme of God's protection and guidance. It emphasizes the belief that we are not alone in our struggles, that the battles we face are not ours to fight alone. God is there, ready to step in and take over. In those moments of despair, I realized I was not alone in my battle. It was God who was fighting for me. So, how does this divine protection manifest in our everyday lives? Picture this. You're faced with a seemingly insurmountable challenge. You've prayed, you've cried, you've done all you can humanly do. Then suddenly, out of the blue, an unexpected blessing comes your way, turning the tide in your favor. This, my friend, is one of the many ways God's protection shows up in our lives. We've all experienced moments when a prayer was answered in a way we didn't expect. Maybe it was a job offer that came just when you needed it, or a random act of kindness from a stranger that brightened your day when you were down. These are not mere coincidences, but the work of a loving God, providing for you, protecting you, fighting for you. Let's take a moment to reflect on a personal story. There was a time when I was going through a rough patch. I was at my wit's end, not knowing which way to turn. I prayed for strength to persevere, and guess what? Not only did I get through that difficult time, but I came out stronger and more resilient than before. I didn't know I had that strength in me, but God did. He gave me the strength to endure, to persevere, to overcome. And then there are those times when things just seem to fall into place, when life just seems to flow smoothly. You know those times when you find the perfect parking spot, when you reach your destination just in time despite the traffic, or when you find exactly what you need at the store. These little miracles are also signs of God's protection, His divine guidance steering us through the mundane and the extraordinary aspects of our lives. God's protection is not always obvious, but when we look for it, we can see His hand in every aspect of our lives, fighting our battles for us. So, next time you experience an unexpected blessing or find the strength to persevere through a trial, remember, it's not just luck or coincidence, it's God's protection manifesting in your everyday life.